Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to Naval Ops Commander. This will be the last post-commentary episode, well, in a row anyways. Episode 7 and 8 and, well, however many I can record next time should all be regular commentary, live commentary. So, yeah, I will always be checking that little drop-down menu to make sure my microphone is selected because my HD PVR hates me. So, yeah, I believe this time we're going to be starting off by designing another brand new ship, I think so. Or maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was supposed to be next episode that we got another ship to design. Maybe. I'm trying to remember. So this is I think at this point I was talking about how it's just kind of weird that we have stuff that we can't buy. Yeah, I was trying to arrow right to show you guys that we cannot buy any more of those 35.6 centimeter guns, even though they show up in the quote-unquote store or the depot. They're there, but we can't buy any more of them, which can be misleading, just, you know, seeing them there like that. High angle guns we can't do anything with. Torpedoes, we got some new torpedoes, so let's go ahead and pick those up. There we go. And we can sell the old ones. Let's see if I remembered to. There, we bought the new ones. I guess I forgot to sell the old ones. That's okay. Don't need more depth charges. I decided to buy some more machine guns. Or at least, yeah, new machine guns, because we got the new ones. And here we go. I was talking about, again, you know, seeing all of these categories of weapons and stuff that you just can't actually get, because the game just kind of likes to tease you a little bit. So, yeah. Anyways, we got a new forward bridge, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up. And I think we also have a new aft bridge, but what I noticed was that it wasn't really any better. It's heavier, and it doesn't have any more control. I think I also decided to look into other details. Did I remember to press square? Yes, here we go. So you can see each bridge has its own radar and sonar value. 2 and 2 for the other one, and only 1 and 1 for tier 3. Which doesn't really make any sense at all. It has the same control, it weighs 5 tons more, but it has worse radar and sonar, so I don't really understand what's going on with that. So we just bought aft bridge 2. Excuse me one second. Sorry, my voice is not doing hot today. Anyways, there we go. We're gonna buy some engines. No, we don't have any engines, and we don't need to. No, we don't have any new engines, and we don't have any aircraft to buy either. So we're going to exchange these guys for the 50 cals, 3 barrels, and we are going to go ahead and put on or exchange the machine guns for the new machine guns. Depth charges can stay where they are. We're going to just go ahead and straight up remove these because we have new ones, and we also want them to be in a different slot, weapon slot in the list. So we're going to just remove the old torpedoes and put on the new ones like so. And there we go. So that's all the, like, pretty much upgrades is the term I would, you know, use. That's all of the quote-unquote upgrades to our ship here. And I decided to play around with some things. Oh yes, bridges. I almost forgot about bridges. That's right. I forgot that we got some new bridges. And, oh yes, the machine guns are blocking my ability to place the other cannon slightly more aft. There we go. And we're gonna try to stick on the new bridges, hopefully, if they're not too big. And we couldn't put that down, so we had to just kind of delete it for now, and we'll put it back on in a moment. And there we go. We have our new forward bridge. We're going to try to put the new aft bridge on as well. It fits right in. We're going to move the main guns back because I'm picky like that. It's all about having a good-looking ship, remember. And again, I have to move the machine guns back 1 space because of reasons. And there we go. There it is. So now we're going to fix the forward guns as well. And let's see if I remember to put the machine guns back on. Did I remember? I did remember. Hooray. So there we go. Upgrades complete on our brand new ship. Well, not brand new ship. Old ship that we only use for one episode and will be promptly replaced in the next episode. Also, we will be getting carriers very, very soon. I have the little booklet for the game, and it actually tells you all of the researchable items and what you need in tech to be able to do them. So I looked ahead, and we will be getting our very first aircraft carrier pretty soon. And as you can see, they're very creative with the mission. Sink 2 enemy destroyers, destroy 5 radar, sink 2 enemy cruisers, sink 3 enemy cruisers. We're getting very creative.
Captain, emergency message from our scouts. An enemy fleet has been detected approaching the Duran area. Cruisers, Captain. This is surely an attack on our harbor facility. What do we do?
It must be in response to their failure to retake the radar post. The enemy is making a decided effort to take out our destroyers. I would venture that there are quite a number of ships in the attacking fleet. It makes no sense to take on so many enemy ships at once. I believe that, as before, if we sink the enemy cruisers, they will withdraw. Let us make the best of our fleet's maneuverability and destroy the enemy. Captain, what are your...
Alright, there we go. So, I'm trying not to talk over the briefing. I can't hear the briefing, so I don't know when it's exactly starting or exactly ending. So, I'm just kind of trying to roughly guesstimate that. I think this is the part where I finally decided to look into new escorts, or at least replacing the AA destroyer with a regular destroyer, just so it has a little bit more survivability and maybe even bigger guns as well. So, here we go. Let's take a look. And the fuel supply ships and ammo supply ships, I have never ever used those. Now that's not saying much because I haven't gotten super far into this game on my own time, but you know, I've never run out of fuel, and ammo doesn't seem important enough to sacrifice, you know, a potentially good gunboat, we'll say, warship is probably the better term, that can actually help you kill things. Doesn't seem worth it to sacrifice one of those for just any old, you know, ammo supply ship. Oh no, I ran out of torpedoes. Whatever will I do? I'll shoot my gun at the enemies. You know, that kind of thing. Just, doesn't seem like a big deal. And, you know, the torpedoes and stuff are auto-fire, of course, but you can turn that off. You can make them not auto-fire. I think that's in the main menu, not the main menu, the pause menu. I believe there's a way to do that so that they don't auto-fire if you don't want them to. That way they don't just burn ammo on, you know, destroyers or PT boats, which they'll do sometimes. And your chances of hitting a PT boat with a torpedo in this game are slim to none. So, yeah. Wouldn't count on that as an effective method of killing PT boats. Anyways, we have 3 full-fledged destroyers on our side now, right behind us there. We have some red dots just to the northwest of us, it looks like. I was circling my escorts with my cursor for some reason. Oh, I remember. I was talking about the locked reticle. I believe that's R2 that does that, and it locks the camera to your ship, and then you can move the reticle around the screen. It's either R2 or L2. I think one of them just recenters the camera on your ship, and then you can move it again, so it's just like for finding your own ship wherever it went if you lost track of it or something. And the other one actually locks your view, or locks the camera view to the ship, so that you can move the reticle around but still know where your ship is all the time. And we got some fuel replenishment right at the start of the mission that we really did not need. Hooray, I guess. But anyways, yes, that's what I was trying to demonstrate there. One of them, I believe it's R2, is the one that just snaps back to your ship and then lets you free aim again. I think that's R2, and the other one, I believe, is L2 that actually properly locks the camera. So, that can be useful. It can be useful when you have a destroyer that doesn't have a lot of range anyways. As soon as you have, like, a battleship or something that has a lot of range with its very big guns, that will be slightly less useful, I feel like, most of the time. I feel like later on we're probably going to be wanting to try and stay back from the enemies once we are, like, done with torpedoes, pretty much. Once we're done using torpedoes on our ships, that is. which will be about the time we get battleships or aircraft carriers, which should be very, very soon. In fact, we will definitely, absolutely have a carrier before we have a battleship. Definitely. No doubt in my mind about that at all. There's a health crate back there, but I don't feel like I need it too badly yet, but I know that I probably will need it by the time I'm done dealing with these cruisers and their escorts, so I decided to leave that there for now. Good rule of thumb generally is to try and, if you're close, sail through the wreckage of the ship that you just sunk. You won't clip into them, but at least if they drop survivors or a crate, you'll pick it up just right away. But yes, I left that health crate back there deliberately so that I could go back and get it once I actually need it, like I do now. Because as you can see, well, once this little tiny cutscene is over, as you can see, I do definitely want that health now. And I missed the crate, so I'm just going to go reverse and get it real quick. And I tried to zoom in on this, and it's a big E, so I was assuming it was a fuel crate. And if I remember correctly, that's indeed what it was, just a fuel crate. And my ally was about to try and bump me out of the way, but he didn't quite make it. We have to, oh yeah, sink all the enemy transports. See, that's one of those secondary objectives that if you don't jump on it as soon as it comes up, you're probably not going to make it unless you have a really, really, really fast ship. I'm talking like at least 40 knots. They're way, way up there, and they will sail off the map relatively quickly. They're not going southwest through the strait. They're going pretty much due east, slightly southeast as well. So you've really got to get over to them ASAP. Like literally as soon as the objective pops up, rather. Leave the cruisers and go sink them if you want that objective. But I didn't realize it, or at least I was too busy with the cruisers, and I kind of forgot how quickly they go. Oh, here's solo mode. This is something else you can do with your escorts. You can put them in pursuit, which is basically aggressive mode. They'll go out and seek targets and try to attack them. You can put them on just anchor up and wait for me. You can put them on guard, which is also kind of stay put, but also, you know, defend yourself if enemies come near. So I decided to put them on pursuit mode, and maybe they would go after. I thought maybe they would, you know, deal with most of the destroyers, while I attempt to deal with the transports. Which, well, spoiler alert, I don't make it because, well, I think I make it to 1 and I sink it, and then it's out of bounds of where I can actually sail. So, yeah, you can see them on the little radar right now, but definitely not gonna make it in time to actually complete the objective, so there they are, and I'm like, oh good, I might actually make it. I might be able to do something. Also, you can notice, or you'll see now, that the mini-map down there actually shows where my escorts are, even though and this is, I was just basically testing to see if I could actually see them, like see if they're producing any kind of light around them, and unfortunately they are not. And oh, look, an aircraft carrier! Because that's fun. Now the game is just teasing us. It knows that we're close, and it's like, haha, I have something that you don't. And then of course I use R2 here to get back to my camera get back to my ship really quickly. Get the camera back to my ship. And I finally get here and I shoot him. And I'm like, hooray, he's sunk. And I'm like, oh wait, I can't move the camera. That must mean they're out of bounds. No, I can't get them. And then it tries to kick me out, kind of, because I rubbed up against the border. And yep, sure enough, they are gone. And there's nothing else I can do about it. And now we've got planes dropping torpedoes on us. So, we're going to press, I can't remember which button it was. It might be L1? No, L1 and R1 are turning. I don't remember, honestly. Whichever button it is, to free aim the reticle so it doesn't lock onto anything, and we're going to press circle to fire the timed fuse shells. Like so. We got a double that time. That was cool. Or it looked like it anyways, from what I can see in this tiny preview window. And they're just going to fly right on back to their aircraft carrier. So it looks like the last secondary objective we need to worry about is that carrier, or at least the last one that we know of now, since the transports are gone and we can't do that anymore. So we missed one because I wasn't paying attention, or at least I wasn't too worried about it. I think it was more that I wasn't worried about it because I wasn't expecting to be able to get the S rank anyways, even if I made that one objective, or completed that one objective. Wasn't planning on getting an S rank anyways in terms of enemies sunk, or life at the end of the mission, any of that. So here I was thinking, oh, this will be great. I'll come from behind the carrier, and my escorts will be in front of the carrier, and we'll just kind of pincer attack him, and this will be a really cool cinematic moment. And then, well, we'll see what happens when we get over here. I'm pretty close to the carrier now. I got this plane pestering me, and I'm trying to deal with him. Well, there's one of my escorts, and he totally did not intercept the carrier. And now he's kind of getting in my way just a little bit, and I'm like, okay, dude, what are you doing? Nope, you're going to turn left, I'll turn right. Okay, there we go. He's landing back on the carrier. And I'm thinking, huh, where are my escorts? Oh, that's right, they're down to the southeast of us. For some reason, they never decided to attack the aircraft carrier. So that was a little bit anticlimactic. I was hoping it would be a really awesome looking pincer attack with my escorts, but no. But oh well. And there must be another secondary objective, right? Because I wouldn't have taken this long to just finish the mission and do some tech research. What else was I looking for here? I must have just been waiting for another objective, I guess. Huh. Based on the time we're at in the video... Oh, I must have been going after these guys. I remember, yes. I was trying to go after these two very, very injured ships. Just for a little bit of extra enemy sunk percentage, or maybe a little bit of extra money. Just because I sunk some more guys. Some more bad guys. So, now I remember what I was doing. Every little bit helps in this game. Seriously. Funds crates in Naval Ops Warship Gunner 1, not terribly useful, to be honest. Funds crates in Warship Gunner 2, like, individually, not worth very much. But the thing about funds crates in Warship Gunner 2 is that they drop so often. They're pretty common. Planes in Warship Gunner 2 can only ever drop funds or ammo, so... Well, as you could see through the Let's Play, find a mission with planes, lots and lots of planes, and then just farm that for funds crates. But the problem with this game, and this game and Naval Ops Warship Gunner 1, is that funds crates are so infrequent that, unfortunately, you can't like farm them like that. There's no guaranteed drop for funds crates. And in Warship Gunner 1, you don't need them that much, and in this game, you want every penny you can scrape together, because that's just kind of the nature of this game. And that seems to be all of the objectives. I don't remember if any more come up. I guess I decided not to wait for any more. And here we go.
The enemy is pulling back. This is a huge victory for our fleet. Still, where did such a large group of ships come from?
I remembered just at the last second that there was going to be talking in a second, so I decided to not say anything else. Because I remembered, hooray, I can see the audio waveforms, though they're not very big or high. Which is, it's so weird, I can see the audio waveforms of the game, but like my microphone didn't even record. I don't know what happened to it. Anyways, there's our points acquired. Here's our funds acquired. See, there is a kill bonus for sinking things. We had pretty good life. We didn't miss any other objectives other than that one. Destroyer Turbine Tier 3, that's pretty cool. At the time, I didn't think I was going to use that, and then I found out after the fact that we are indeed going to use that, and it's nice that we got one for free. I just remembered, too, that in the funds screen that we saw there, it does matter which ship you're using. You do get slightly more money if you're using like a worse ship. And here we go. I put 1 point into metallurgy, and we got our very first CV bridge. CV is for carriers, and new destroyer hull again. So the carrier bridge should be a pretty good indicator that we are about to get we're about to get our very first aircraft carrier pretty soon, which for me is very exciting. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to play with it and try it out in the missions. And yeah, I believe we're almost done here. I think I decided to put on the new turbines and boilers that we got also from the tech there. So I believe after that, that will pretty much do it. Looking back on it, I'm not sure why I decided to change out the turbines and stuff on this particular ship, because I knew we were going to be making another one at the start of next episode, but I did it anyway. At least that's less time I have to spend next episode on buying the stuff. I'll already have it bought. So, yeah. There we have our new boiler 3s. I was comparing stats. I can't see them right now to really read them off that well because tiny preview window. We have get the 4 boilers and 1 of the DD turbine 3s. This is where I realized that the fact that we got 1 for free was actually really awesome, because we were going to use it. And new forward bridge. Doesn't seem much better. It's a little bit lighter, which is nice. I forgot to compare radar and sonar stats, of course, but and then bridge number 4, aft bridge number 4 is a huge jump in control, and I don't think it's that much heavier. I can't see it that well. So yeah, I guess it's not really that much heavier, if at all. And we're going to get the new forward bridge as well. I really should have compared radar and sonar stats on those forward bridges, but I totally forgot about it. And yeah, so we're just going to change those out. And I guess that'll be it for this episode of Naval Ops Commander. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.